Is this better? Welcome, everybody. I want to welcome everybody to the finale of the Manifest Art Symposium 2022. I want to thank our community for being an open and welcoming place to live and visit. I love your lights, Sarah. I thank the participating artists for selecting the Resort Village of Manitou Beach as their location of choice. I want to acknowledge that we are in Treaty 6 territory in the province of Saskatchewan. We're standing and walking on traditional land of the First Nations and Métis people. I feel honored to call myself Canadian, and I realize how blessed we all are that we can all say that. Enjoy your evening, join in, or observe, whichever moves you. Again, thank you for attending another exciting event at the Resort Village of Manitou Beach.
My name is Kevin Quinlan. I'm an artist, a participant in the symposium. There were 10 of us this year, and you're right about that light, it's awfully bright. That's okay. There were 10 of us this year, and as I walk around looking at the sculptures, I notice that no two people are working in the same medium. Each person is working in something totally different, and that's been exciting for us. It means each one of us is, on our own and desperate, but we still help each other. Should I just talk about a little bit about the pieces? I think I will. This is Paul Constable's piece right here, and it's a flower garden, quite obviously, and he's made that out of recycled materials, recycled car bumpers. Am I in front of the speaker? Yeah. Okay, and then next is Zoltan Markan. Zoltan is a multimedia artist, symbolist pieces, deep and mystical meanings that I couldn't even get into in 30 seconds, but very, very interesting pieces. He is an expert in joining materials together that you normally would not join together. So next to that are the horses. The horses are mine. And I came out with the idea that I was going to do a horse, and halfway through realized that I had finished one horse, so I did a second. Beside the horses, Ted Usach, he did that beautiful dragonfly. If you haven't looked closely at that dragonfly, go up and look. And he would weld and grind and weld and grind and weld and grind. And oh, the amount of hours he put into that, wow. And then next to that is the piece, Ellery Russell and Ted Usach and Ray Keeley are working together on the eye. And the eye is a work in progress. So they've got their concept down. There are going to be changes that will happen, and it's going to eventually be part of a large installation show that would go into, a gallery big enough to house something like that. Beside Ellery, the wood carvings by Ray Keeley. Again, go look closely at those. And somebody asked me, Ray, what kind of wood they were, and of course I didn't know, and it was all very embarrassing. So whoever that was, you may go ask Ray, and I'm sure he knows. But they're spectacular pieces, and one of the problems, I think, with our show as it's set up is it looks as though you're only supposed to look at these pieces from the front. And I would encourage everybody, after the performance, to see them all in the round. I think you want to walk a circle around all of those. Like even these flowers, as you move around, the spaces between them open and close, So make sure you see them in the round. Now, Patricia's piece, Patricia Oderkirk, right next to Ray Keeley, that beautiful, shiny metal piece, and it's just so lyrical, and the curves, and we've had about 75 different definitions, and of course, I'm sure Patricia wouldn't agree with any of them, so I'm not going to say what she's doing there, but I just love the shapes, and I love the way the light works with it, and I think that's all aluminum. Sasquatch, left over from last year. Isn't that a great piece, though? It's just, I think it was too heavy for them to move out of here. Now, over in the corner, Sandra Epp, and she has been working in soft sculpture. And again, multimedia, you know, I mean, some are working in hard steel and others are working in soft fabric. And her work is, well, you'll see it. You'll see it. It's stunning. Now, Lee Fuller's Raven Man, what can you say? It's wood. He's been working with it with wood, and it's a big, heavy piece. And good, you know, this is where working in a group is really, really nice, because you can do larger things than you would normally do. Because if you need, you know, a couple of people to help you lift it up or put it down, we have some manpower around. And it's allowed all of us to work larger than we normally would. And the other sort of participant in the symposium is the village of Manitou Beach, and thank you very much. The facility, the welcome we've had from everybody. People have been coming through all the time, and they're so friendly, and people asking questions, and we've done workshops, and people have produced all kinds of artwork. But, you know, an event like this would not be good if you didn't have such a welcoming community. So that has been absolutely great, and what a privilege for all of us to be able to come and work in the community and do something we wouldn't normally do. So the next person to talk, Jim Hodges. Jim Hodges is the producer and director of the show we're going to see tonight as the symposium moves on to new mediums. So I'm going to let you talk about it, Jim.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, I just want to say that this is what we call a site-specific performance artwork, which takes place after the 2 weeks that all the sculptors come and find a site. Well, this one was here, and they found it easily. And they set up and they sculpt for 2 weeks, and then what we do is we bring in performers, and then we create a grand finale. And so tonight we have 2 sets of artists. One is Sunset Spinners. They will begin the show and end it, and then the dance company from Saskatoon, Dance Inc., will do the performance in the middle of that. Now, the performers sort of interact with the sculpture and interpret it in a sort of a abstract kind of manner, and sometimes you may see why they are performing the way they do with the sculpture. Other times it's up to you to find out what that might be. But so what we need to have everyone do is move away from the center. All the performances will take place in the center part of the field here. So move sort of behind where the poles are that the sculptures are in, and everybody will be safe. So now I'd like to say, let's begin the show.
Thank you.